the inheritance, Emma Hartford stood in front of the old brick building on Maple Street, her breath forming small clouds in the December air. The sign above the door read, Hartford's Books, in faded gold letters, and through the frosted windows, she could see rows of shelves disappearing into shadow. She hadn't been back to Pinewood Falls in 10 years, not since she'd left for college and never looked back. But now her grandmother's lawyer had called with unexpected news. Grandma Rose had left her the bookshop. The bell chimed as Emma pushed open the door, and the familiar scent of old paper and cinnamon hit her immediately. The shop looked frozen in time. The same worn armchairs by the fireplace, the same creaky wooden floors, even the same Christmas garland draped along the main counter, though now it was dusty and drooping. "Hello," she called out. A tall man emerged from between the shelves, nearly dropping the stack of books he was carrying. He had dark hair that fell across his forehead and wore a flannel shirt dusted with what looked like cocoa powder. "Oh, you must be Emma," he said, setting the books down carefully. "I'm Daniel Cooper. I've been managing the shop since your grandmother got sick." Emma nodded, remembering her grandmother's letters mentioning someone named Daniel. "Thank you for keeping things running?" "Of course." He wiped his hands on his jeans nervously. She was special. This place meant everything to her. An awkward silence fell between them. Emma looked around at the dusty shelves and outdated inventory. "How's business?" Daniel's expression fell. "Honestly, not great. We've been losing customers to the big chain store that opened on the highway, and the online retailer's down." He trailed off. Emma felt a knot form in her stomach. She'd already decided to sell the property. A developer had made a generous offer to turn it into luxury condos. The money would pay off her student loans and fund her move to New York, where she'd finally landed a job at a major publishing house. "I see," she said quietly. "Well, I'll only be in town for a week. Just need to sort through things and make some decisions." Daniel's face grew guarded. "What kind of decisions?" Before Emma could answer, the door burst open and a young girl of about 8 rushed in, snowflakes dusting her red coat. "Mr. Cooper!" "Cooper, did the new Dragon Academy book come in yet?" Daniel's entire demeanor softened. "Hey, Sophie, not yet, but I called the distributor. Should be here Monday." The girl's face fell, and Emma found herself speaking up. "What's Dragon Academy about?" Sophie's eyes lit up. "It's only the most amazing series ever! It's about a girl who discovers she can talk to dragons and..." She stopped suddenly, looking at Emma suspiciously. "Who are you?" "I'm Emma. I'm Rose's granddaughter." "Oh." Sophie's expression grew sad. Miss Rose was nice. She always helped me find the best books. And she made the best hot chocolate. "That she did," Daniel said softly, then turned to Sophie. "Tell you what, why don't you pick out something else to read while you wait?" "My treat." After Sophie had left with a different book clutched happily to her chest, Emma turned to Daniel. "You gave that to her for free." "Sophie's mom works 2 jobs. I'm not going to charge a kid for books." He met her eyes defensively. Rose never did. Emma felt a pang of guilt but pushed it away. Sentiment didn't pay the bills. Rediscovering magic over the next few days, Emma threw herself into cataloging inventory and organizing paperwork. Daniel kept his distance, professionally polite but nothing more. She could feel his disapproval radiating whenever she made notes about maximizing asset value or contacted the developer. On her 3rd evening there, she found a leather journal hidden in her grandmother's desk. Opening it, she discovered it was filled with notes about customers, not just what they bought, but who they were. Mrs. Chen loves cozy mysteries and visits every Tuesday. Going through a divorce? Recommend books about resilience and new beginnings. Tommy Garcia at age 12 struggling in school. Parents don't read to him. Been giving him graphic novels to build confidence. It's working. Daniel needs books on grief counseling. Won't talk about it, but I can tell he's hurting. Lost his wife 2 years ago. The bookshop is his refuge. Emma's hand stilled at that last entry. She glanced toward the front of the shop where Daniel was rearranging a window display. She'd been so focused on the business side, she hadn't thought about what this place meant to him or to anyone else. That night, unable to sleep, Emma wandered downstairs. She found Daniel still there, sitting by the fireplace with a mug of tea. "Couldn't sleep either?" he asked. She shook her head and sat in the chair opposite him. "I found my grandmother's journal." "Eh?" He stared into the flames. "She knew everyone's story, including yours." Daniel was quiet for a long moment. "My wife, Lauren, she loved this shop. When she got sick, Rose would bring her books at the hospital. After Lauren died, I didn't know what to do with myself. Rose offered me a job, said the shop needed someone who understood that books could save lives." He looked up at Emma. "She wasn't wrong." "I'm sorry," Emma whispered. "I didn't know. Why would you? You left?" The words stung, but they were true. Emma had been so eager to escape small-town life that she'd stopped visiting, stopped calling as much. She'd let the distance grow. "This place is dying, Emma," Daniel continued, "but it doesn't have to." Rose had started planning a Christmas festival, readings, a book drive for kids, partnering with local schools. She believed we could make Hartford's relevant again, make it a community hub. "That takes money," Emma said, but her voice lacked conviction. "And heart, and time." He stood up. "But I get it. You've got your own life, your big job in the city. Just think about what she would have wanted." After he left, Emma sat by the dying fire, her grandmother's journal in her lap, and for the first time in years she let herself cry. A change of heart the next morning, Emma woke up with an idea. It was crazy, probably impossible, but she couldn't shake it. She found Daniel shelving books in the history section. "What if we did it?" He looked at her warily. "Did what?" "The Christmas festival. We have 4 days until Christmas Eve. What if we pull together everything my grandmother planned and give this place one last shot?" Daniel's eyes widened. "Emma, that's insane." "I know. But I've been looking at the books. We're not completely broke yet." And I found her planning notes. She had vendors lined up, authors willing to donate their time, even the mayor's approval for street closures. "Why?" Daniel asked. "Why would you do this when you're just going to sell anyway?" Emma met his gaze. "Maybe I won't, or maybe I just need to know I tried." For her, "Will you help me?" Slowly, Daniel smiled, the first real smile she'd seen from him. "Yeah, let's save this bookshop." The next 3 days were a whirlwind. They called every contact in Rose's Rolodex, rallied the community, and worked late into each night transforming the shop. Local authors agreed to do readings. The bakery donated cookies. The high school choir would perform carols. Emma discovered she loved the work, talking to customers, hand-selling books, watching people's faces light up when she recommended the perfect story. She and Daniel fell into an easy rhythm, their initial tension melting into something warmer. On the night before Christmas Eve, as they hung the last string of lights, Daniel caught her hand. "Thank you," he said quietly, "for giving this a chance, for coming back." "I should have come back sooner," Emma admitted. "I was so focused on getting away that I forgot what I was leaving behind. And now," she looked around the shop, truly looked at it, seeing not a failing business but a place where magic happened every day, where lonely kids found friends in pages, where grief could be soothed by the right story, where community gathered and thrived. "Now I think maybe I've been running toward the wrong thing all along." Daniel stepped closer. "What about New York? The job? New York will always be there." Emma smiled. "But this place, these people, they need someone who cares. Someone who remembers that books aren't just products, they're lifelines. Your grandmother would be proud," Daniel said softly. "I hope so." Emma realized how close they were standing, Daniel I. The shop phone rang, shattering the moment. Daniel reluctantly pulled away to answer it. "Yes, tomorrow at 10. That's perfect. Thank you." He hung up, grinning. Sophie's Dragon Academy book came in. "Special rush delivery." Emma laughed. "Of course it did. It's Christmas. Christmas Eve, the Christmas Eve festival exceeded every expectation. Maple Street was packed with people browsing books, sipping hot chocolate, and listening to readings by the fireplace. Children sat cross-legged on the floor for story time while their parents discovered their own treasures on the shelves. Emma watched it all from behind the counter, overwhelmed with gratitude and something else, a sense of belonging she hadn't felt in years. Sophie ran up, clutching her new book. "Emma! Emma! Mr. Cooper said you're staying. Is it true?" "It's true," Emma confirmed, the decision feeling more right with every passing moment. "Someone needs to keep this place running and make hot chocolate. I'll have to learn my grandmother's recipe, but yes." Sophie threw her arms around Emma's waist in an unexpected hug before darting off to show her mother the book. As evening fell and the crowd thinned, Daniel found Emma by the window, watching snow begin to fall. "Quite a day," he said. "Quite a day?" she agreed. "Daniel, I called the developer. Told him the property's not for sale. And New York? I called them too. Declined the position." She turned to face him. "I know it's crazy, and I'll probably never make as much money. And my apartment in the city was going to have a doorman." "Emma?" Daniel interrupted, laughing. "You're rambling?" "I know. I'm terrified. What if I can't do this? What if?" He kissed her. It was soft and sweet and tasted like cinnamon and hope. When they broke apart, Emma was breathless. "What was that for?" "You were spiraling," Daniel said with a grin. "And I've been wanting to do that since you walked in here a week ago, covered in snow and looking like you'd rather be anywhere else. I'm glad I stayed." "Me too." They stood together in the window of Hartford's books, watching the snow fall on Pinewood Falls. And Emma finally understood what her grandmother had always known, and the best stories weren't just in the books on the shelves. They were in the lives those books touched, the communities they built, and the love they made space for. Outside, the sign glowed warmly in the winter night, and through the frosted glass, the bookshop looked exactly like what it was: magic, hope, and home, all wrapped in one. 1 year later, Emma adjusted the Employee of the Month photo on the wall, Sophie, beaming proudly beside a tower of books she'd helped shelve during her volunteer hours. Business was good. Not chain store good, but steady and growing. They'd launched a successful online component, partnered with schools for literacy programs, and the monthly author events were always packed. The door chimed and Daniel came in carrying 2 cups of coffee, one for each of them. "Morning, boss," he said with a smile. "Toe owner," Emma corrected, as she did every time. 6 months ago, she'd made Daniel her business partner. It was only fair. He kissed her cheek. "Mrs. Chen wants to know if we got the new Louise penny in yet. Back room, top shelf." I set one aside for her. As Daniel went to retrieve it, Emma's phone buzzed. A text from her mother saw the article about the bookshop in the state paper. "Your grandmother would be so proud." "We all are." Emma smiled, running her hand along the worn wooden counter Rose had polished for decades. She'd found her calling not in the big city publishing house, but here, in this small bookshop that smelled of cinnamon and old paper and new beginnings. Outside, the first snow of December began to fall, dusting Maple Street in white. Emma watched a young couple stop to look at the window display, saw their faces light up with interest, and moved to open the door. "Welcome to Hartford's Books," she said warmly. "Can I help you find something special?" And as they stepped inside, the bell chiming cheerfully above them, Emma knew exactly what her grandmother had meant in that last letter she'd left. The best gifts aren't things, sweetheart. They're places where people feel less alone. May you find yours, she had.